Hi, I'm Dan Gabel, co-founder and president of Peghead Nation, and I'm here with a beautiful Gibson Master Model Fern F-5 mandolin. This is on temporary loan from a Peghead Nation student. The serial number on this mandolin indicates it's was built in 1928, so after the Lloyd Loar years, but this is just a really well-preserved and beautiful example of the Gibson Master Model mandolins. The Gibson Master Model F-5, of course, was introduced in 1922, designed by mandolinist and engineer Lloyd Loar for Gibson. Loar was really inspired by the great violin makers, so designed a mandolin that was a departure from a lot of mandolins at the time. The Master Model F-5 had violin-style F-holes as opposed to the round or oval sound holes that Gibson mandolins and many mandolins from that time had. The F-holes had been used on some mandolins up to that point, but just in small production numbers and certainly not by Gibson. So this was a big change to what people were used to seeing at the time. The Loar designed the mandolins with a longer neck with 15 frets clear of the body and a floating fingerboard extension. Loar introduced parallel tone bar bracing, and he tap-tuned the tops and the backs to specific pitches. And so the resulting tone of the mandolin with the longer neck, which put the bridge farther into the body, the different kind of bracing, and the tap tuning kind of developed the sound of mandolins that we hear today, essentially. It's kind of the cream of the crop of mandolin design. When we talk about Gibson Lloyd Loar mandolins, of course, we're talking about those mandolins built between 1922 when the Master Model was introduced and 1924 when Loar left Gibson. Those all have labels that are signed by Loar, and estimates say there are somewhere south of 350 Loar mandolins that were built, and many of those have been discovered. You can check out mandolinarchive.com for a lot of detailed information about the Loar mandolins. You can also take a look on Peghead Nation at many of our John Reichman videos. He has a 1924 Loar F-5, and many people consider that the best of the Loar batch, so essentially the best of the best mandolins that are out there. In that year, in 1924, the F-5 peghead overlay, the inlay was changed to this Fern design from the flower pot design that is found on most of the Loar mandolins and some of the other Loar instruments. And that's what we refer to as the Fern mandolins or Fern F-5s. There are a few mandolins out there that from 1924 that are both signed by Loar and have the Fern peghead inlay as well. In 1928, the Master Model F-5s still had the pearl dot fingerboard inlays. In the following year, those changed to the bigger block inlays that you'll see on many of these mandolins. The woods it's spruce top and maple back and sides, and Gibson documents from the 1920s say that the F-5s were made with the very best curly maple back and sides. Not a lot of detail about exact species of wood, which may seem odd to us now, because we know so much about all the woods on many of our instruments, but that's the way it was then. But on this particular mandolin, there's just some beautiful looking wood that is in really good condition, a few little dings here and there, but just really well preserved and beautiful. The mandolin has the triple white, black, white binding along the top and the back, and the white binding along the sides, and as well as a bound fingerboard and peghead. The tailpiece cover on this looks to be original. There is a pick guard, the original pick guard for this mandolin, which is in the original flat coffin-style case for the mandolin as well. This F5 is loud. It's so loud, it's striking when you start playing it. It's balanced and barky, and it's hard to stop playing once you start. But let's hear it in the talented hands of Sharon Gilchrist, who played the F5 when she was here recording some Peghead Nation lessons. So that's the 1928 Gibson Master Model F5 Fern mandolin on loan from a Peghead Nation student, and we thank Jim for letting us borrow this for a little bit. We also thank Walter Carter for his excellent book, The Mandolin in America, which has a lot of great information about Loar mandolins and Gibson mandolins and modern mandolins as well. For Peghead Nation, I'm Dan Gabel.